Well, I think the thing that most people will know you for is the fact that you made a really good video, a routine about Brexit.
Right.
And that, I think, it went viral, and a lot of people have watched that. And since then, your career has taken an interesting turn, which we'll get into. But what I really like about that video is I thought, first of all, most people who watched it wouldn't know this, but you recorded it in central London at a very liberal comedy club where I would estimate, having played, all three of us have played it many, many times.
Yeah.
95% of the audience there are Remainers, I would imagine. And you got an applause break and lots of laughter for what is just a really good comedy bit, right?
Well, what people don't know is 1 minute before that, I was doing Remain jokes. 1 minute before that, I was doing second referendum jokes, and the audience went with me on that.
Yeah.
And then it was just, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to flip it, and I'm going to do the other side. And they went with me on that as well. But that is the big problem. It's the fact that I went against the grain and did something on the other, that I dared to do it. And it hasn't made any difference that it was funny. It doesn't make any difference that it was popular. It's just like, that's not what comedians say. I've had people call me and they want to talk to me for an hour over, have you realised what you've done? 400-word texts. Alistair, do you realise? I'm like, it blew me away, to be honest, the response.
Well, before we get into that,
Sorry.
let me ask. No, it's great. Let me ask you this in terms of the political stuff, because we've known you for a long time. I remember when I started out in comedy, you'd already been going for quite a while. I remember watching you kind of when I was doing my first gigs, going, "Oh, this guy's a really good comedian." But you never used to talk about politics in any way. You were never political on stage.
Yeah.
What was it that made you think, well, I actually want to talk about this stuff? Is that something that you suppressed before because you knew what the punishment would be? Or?
No, I figured out what was going on. I was like, this lady isn't trying to get us out of the European Union. She's pretending that she is, but she's not. And it was too funny. What was going on was too funny. I couldn't not touch it. It was like, I was so sure that I was like, she's not trying to leave the European Union. She's just doing the worst deal ever for like 2 years. I'm like, she's not trying. And then the idea of something simple like being in a Burger King and trying to get out and your friend, the idea came to me, and I was just like, in my head it was funny, and I was just like, oh no, I'm doing that. And actually when I got to Top Secret, Nico, who's the guy who runs the show at Top Secret on a Sunday and a Tuesday, he was like, mate, everyone's bored of Brexit. He was like, don't mention any Brexit stuff. He was like, everyone's bored of it. And I was like, yeah, but that's the point. It's like everyone is sort of bored of it. But they're bored because they're just being told the same thing. They're being told this was happening, and they secretly know that it's not. It's like the Dave Chappelle with the Jussie Smollett thing. Everyone knows. You got to laugh and just like, oh, he said what we all think. Like, there's a laugh to be had just from going against the grain, even if it's only factual. People are just like, oh my God, he said that.
Absolutely. I remember the night before you did it, or the night you did it, we went for a coffee, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went for a coffee.
Yeah, you claimed the assist on this one, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, oh well, that's my career gone as well.
Oh, sorry, Hillary Clinton, don't kill Francis as well.
Was this before or after the gig?
It was before.
Before.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're claiming credit?
No, I'm not claiming credit. I'm claiming
we started writing together. We started going. We started deciding to come up with ideas together. And the next day, I came up with my favourite bit of comedy I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I would say that's got lots to do with it.
Yeah, and then you went and did it, and then I just thought it was a great bit. I didn't even see it, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even see it as being a pro-Brexit bit.
No, it's not.
I saw it being a bit of pure observational comedy. This is where we are. This is a ridiculousness of the situation. And that is the role of a comedian, to observe and present in a comedic way that we all laugh and go, that's true.
Honestly, I think I got in trouble because it's true. I think I got in trouble because it's true. I think I got in trouble because Theresa May wasn't really trying to do a good job to get us out of the European Union. I mean, she'd come up with a deal that was worse than remaining, and I don't think, and it took her 2 years to do that. I don't understand how she was trying. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, what I was asking you before this, but I'm curious about this because you were not very, in my experience, having known you for a while, you were not ever political, right? And if I chatted to you after, between gigs or whatever, we just used to talk comedy and like life and stuff like that. But it seems to me now, particularly your YouTube channel, is you've become a political commentator. And why is that?
Well, I realise that they're gonna smash me. They're gonna smash everything I've worked for. They're gonna stop me doing comedy. Because I want to say what I think is really going on. And once you realise that, just everything else doesn't seem so important. It seems like society's going off a cliff. You know, we're all in a little rowing boat and we're going off the edge of a waterfall, and I can see the edge, and now I'm just paddling backwards. And everyone's like, why are you doing that? It's like, you maybe don't see the edge. It's like, if we really do live in a country where you can't just go up there and have a laugh and say what you think without being utterly smashed, that's just not fair. Do you know what I mean? And I want to do something about it.